Hey everybody, it's Dave Sinclair here. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about a common cycle, a way that we can get emotionally stuck, I guess you can say, in kind of a loop and almost be like living below the line of life. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how curiosity, compassion, some real superpowers of self-leadership can help us to take that step back, to see what's here, and then more powerfully move forward. So let's jump into this here a little bit. And we're going to talk about, just imagine a situation that happens or something that might happen. Maybe something like, I don't know, you get into a fight with your spouse. And quite often, what this will do is if you really take time to kind of slow down with it, what typically will happen in these situations is in our body, we'll note this kind of sense of alarm, some discomfort. And guess what? We've got these superpowers through this habit of parts of us that want to get away from discomfort. This is something that's hardwired in us as humans. We're wired to get away from discomfort and move towards pleasure. So as soon as this discomfort comes up, quite often what we'll do is like there's parts of us whose main job is to get away from this discomfort. And quite often this is being happening over and over and over in our lives to the point that this has become very habitual. Discomfort comes up, we get away from it. And more importantly, this discomfort that comes up is something that we probably learned very early on. Maybe our partner again is upset with us and we're trying to get away from that, but maybe that stemmed from some deeper stuff that happened to us much earlier on. We don't need to delve into all this stuff, but just this process kind of helps explain it as well as the process out of it. So these protective parts that really don't like this discomfort, they jump in on autopilot, and they'll do things like, well, discomfort, maybe I'll go grab a bowl of ice cream or a bag of chips. Because if I eat that bag of chips, I eat that ice cream, it kind of numbs me out to the sensations that are there. So we, over time, reactively start doing this, which causes, us to get a short-term reward of lessening this discomfort that's there right now. This kind of reinforces in our brain. It's like, oh yeah, we got away from this. We didn't have to deal with this discomfort. Oh, that must be good, right? Well, guess what? Longer term, we just keep doing this. We never really deal with the stuff underlying what's here. We just kind of keep running from it, which helps kind of reinforce things, which actually creates more discomfort, on and on and on. We get stuck in this kind of endless cycle, which actually keeps us living below the line of life, kind of hiding from it, hiding from the discomfort rather than kind of going through it. So what do we do with all that? I'm going to have to move myself out of the way here in a little bit. But learning to be with a calm body, learning to basically take care of that discomfort so that we can actually walk through the discomfort while taking care of ourselves is one way to do it. This is inspired by Russell Kennedy's work, Anxiety RX, Unwinding Anxiety by Judson Brewer, my teacher, my coach teacher, Steve March from Alethea Coaching, as well as my 4-stage step back process. So what do we do here? I'm just going to move myself down here. We're just going to be in the discomfort right now, and we're going to learn how to be in this discomfort rather than run from it. So we're going to navigate discomfort, a step-by-step guide to self-leadership. So what does this all mean? Okay. Discomfort can be this signal. Not only is it uncomfortable, but it could be a signal calling us back to these old patterns. But more importantly, it might be coming from a part of us that's uncomfortable with what's here right now. So if we can take some time to be with this discomfort, rather than running from it, we can actually start learning that we can do this, which in turn helps us in the future almost reinforce another pattern, which can allow us to kind of step out from the discomfort. A lot of words, I know. Let's just go through this. So number one, it starts with just noticing, hey, I'm uncomfortable here. It could be when you're feeling that need for me basically to maybe reach for those chips or whatever your coping mechanism may be. It could be lashing out at someone. It could be, feeling like you're a victim. It could be overly worrying, things like that. But number one is just to press pause and notice in this moment, even right now, what thoughts, emotions, or body sensations are you experiencing? And just noticing awareness is that first step towards change. And then from there, can we accept what's here? Honestly, can we accept what's here? Can we be with it with no need to change it, with no judging? Just breathe with whatever's here. It's just what's here is what's here. All we can do right now is just breathe with it. And if we can be honest and really accept what's here right now, it's a key to moving forward. And once we can accept this, we can start basically addressing it and maybe even taking those steps beyond. So something that's really worked in this step, this is one of the key steps, is something from Russell Kennedy in his book, Anxiety RX. And he teaches us the following. I think this is brilliant what he talks about here. So number one, when we feel that discomfort, and quite often where the discomfort shows up for me, if I'm having an argument with someone, it feels like kind of a sharp pain in my chest, like something's there, like someone's attacking me. And can I just empathically just notice, oh yeah, this is here. And in this moment when this shows up, can I also take a look around and just make sure I'm safe? Because this discomfort that's happening in my chest right now, I'm just kind of hardwired to move away from discomfort. I can't tell if this discomfort is due to the fact that I'm actually in danger or not. But by taking a moment to look around when I feel that discomfort and notice, yeah, you know what, I am safe right now, and saying to myself, I'm safe, it kind of helps right off the bat kind of help alleviate that discomfort. It's not a saber-toothed tiger trying to chase me down. It's just an emotion here, and I can be with it. I can acknowledge it and acknowledge my need for my security. And then from there, as I locate that discomfort, I can actually notice even more, where is this really showing up? As I talked about it before, it's showing up kind of here in my heart, kind of like this tightness. And this is really my body's alarm, asking for attention. That's all it's doing. It's just noticing, it's just letting me know that there's something here. And then from here, I can just bring my hand to my heart like I've already did. And this is kind of like second nature to me now. And just acknowledge that alarm. I don't need to change it, don't need to do anything, but just be there to support it. Recognize it. Care for it. And then, this is a brilliant little step too as well. I can imagine this discomfort in my heart right now as a younger version of me. Maybe a younger version of me. Remember this pattern down below here? Maybe where that discomfort started to come from, where that subconscious link is there. Maybe it's a part of me who felt bullied, who didn't get the care and attention that he needed then, who didn't know how to share what was going on. And I can imagine a younger version of me living there, feeling this discomfort, and just kind of listen to what that younger version really needs. Listen to that inner wisdom of what it really needs there. And then I can speak to that younger version, kind of like that inspirational speaker. I can be with it and just say, hey, you know what? You're safe. I'm here for you. And that's me with my hand on my heart. That's kind of the part of, that's the bigger me that's really observing all this. That sense of self, that core sense of self, bringing that younger version of me what it most needs so it can feel comfortable in this moment. So really just reassuring that younger version of myself. And then together, from myself with that younger version, we can affirm together we are safe right now. We're not in danger right now. We are safe. And this might seem like it takes a long time, but can be as simple as, just looking around, noticing I'm uncomfortable right now, stepping back, maybe putting my hand on where that discomfort's showing up and just saying, you know what, we're safe right now. I get it, this is difficult for you, but we're safe right now. And even just having that little bit of conversation, what does it feel most called to say to yourself right now in this moment? What would you say to that younger version of you? And if you can't imagine that younger version of you, imagine a younger version of someone else or a young child. What would you say to them when they're feeling this discomfort? And then from there, from this step, you can just step back again and reflect and reevaluate, engaging, revisit the initial worry. And with new insights, how do you see it now? What was there before this whole situation, this event that came up? Me even thinking about having a disagreement with my better half. I can step back from this point. Again, this all happens pretty fast once you're used to it. And I can say, that kind of reminded me maybe of being bullied or something like that. And I can be with myself and I can kind of then, notice that this looks a little different right now. No one's out to get me, nothing like that. And then I can focus forward from that calmer mind, calmer body. I can take a look towards my values-led vision. Beyond this moment, what do I want to create more of in my life? What really matters more to you? And again, if you haven't did the work of really tapping into what's important to you, what values pull you forward in life, that's a great step to do too as well. And we can talk more about that. And then from this point again, let's make it really What are those small steps? What are those small things I can do to kind of approach this value-led life? And can you identify one small thing? And even with me coming back to my example, having this disagreement with my wife, a core value of mine is connection, peace. So maybe there's a disagreement, but what can we do? How can we basically take that step back? How can I let her know what's kind of going on inside of me? And how can we have this conversation that can allow to move to even more connection and more peace? And then beyond that, what do you do? How can you just keep this process moving forward? And to me, this has very much become more of a way of life, navigating that discomfort. There's that saying that says the only way over is through. That's true. We need to kind of go through these challenges. But I also ask this question: what can you do to be with the parts of you that feel the discomfort of going through the challenge, through navigating these unknown paths? How can you be with them as you go through this? Yeah. So again, I'm Dave Sinclair. This is really what I do. If you're looking at this, you're watching the video overview. But if you want a bit more information, check out my website, or feel free to email me at dave@davesinclaircoaching.com. Thanks. Have a great day. And here's to creating, beyond the challenges you might face, what is it you really want to create more of in your life. Have a great day.